Today we are reviewing a 30-plus-year-old boot. This is the Dynafit Tour Light 2 from like 1990. Obviously boots have changed a lot. First and foremost, you'll still see a rubberized sole on this boot, which is actually pretty cool to see that they were doing this. It's not a Vibram sole, obviously. It is a Astron. So Astron sole on this puppy, giving you a little extra grip, a little extra comfort, a little bit extra ease of walking in the backcountry. As far as plastic goes, this is the same plastic that they use in like, what are those things called? Fisher Price children's toys. That is essentially the same plastic that we are using here. I have never seen a more garbage plastic on a ski boot in my life. That being said, this is how ski boots were at this point, especially ski touring boots, which is what this is. You'll notice we have some highly advanced snowboard buckles to close the boot up, which is hilarious. Using this little metal latch here, you can get all of 27 flex points out of this boot right here. It also has a bit of a cabrio style design. So your full tilt people that are claiming full tilt and rightly are the number one, this is a great option for you. Just like any cabrio style boot, tongue is right there. That's where most of your flex comes from. And the liner is basically just open once you open that whole thing up. Gore-Tex liner, now that we're talking about the liner. Waterproof, breathable, and has been the same for a very, very long time. This is pretty rancid. I think Alex Kaufman sent these to us because he found them at like, I don't know, Savers or something. And it smells like Savers in here. That being said, still a heat moldable boot. Pretty comfy. I put it on. I've tried to ski it before and it does not ski well at all. One thing you'll notice in comparison to an old, or a new boot rather, is the height difference in the boots. It is nuts. It's like 3 inches taller on a current boot than it was on the previous model. We also have these nifty little clip-on spoilers that obviously no one does anymore, but they existed on this boot, so we're going to talk about them. Walk mode. This is a very early rendition walk mode. It basically gives you, I don't know, 30 degrees of motion or something like that. This is before walk modes were in. This is now what we would refer to as a cocktail clip, meaning a walk mode that isn't actually made for walking. It is the same as like what comes on your first price point boots now. They call it a cocktail clip because they're not using it for walking or touring. They're using it essentially to just stand at the bar because it just unlocks the cuff just enough to swing back so you can stand up straight. That's the case here. The walk mode actually stops at the little notch and you can't go any further. No canting adjustment, no adjustments to speak of. I will say it's pretty light. I mean, granted, it's just the shell and no liner, but it's pretty light. I've been overall pretty impressed with this thing. No pins, so this is a full-on alpine boot that you can ski with or use a telebinding with. I think that's really the primary function of this thing. So, Dynafit Tour Light 2 from 1990.